Everyone, it is I, Sean Reviews, and today I will be making my response video to MAFDOMINUS' video on my Batman vs. Superman review. Without further ado, let us begin. For this response video, I will be switching in and out between Shazam and Captain America to represent me, so there we go. Without further ado, let us begin for real.
Looking at a video made by Scene Reviews, so yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, well, wow, we're already 37 seconds into the video and we already have a problem. MAFDOMINUS, did you even watch any of my videos? Because the way I pronounce my name is Sean, not Scene. Dear God Almighty, you already failed.
It's only a downfall if you look at it from the critic's perspective, but if you look at it from anywhere else, you would know that it made $800 million at the box office, and most people think the movie is just okay. They mostly prefer the extended cut, which fleshes out the characters even more, and generally it's considered a good movie.
MAFDOMINUS, here's the thing. It can be seen as both a critical and financial failure, since Warner Brothers wanted this movie to make $1 billion. And that would make sense, seeing how this is a movie about Batman and Superman, two of the world's biggest superheroes going head-to-head, but it didn't make $1 billion. Also, in case you guys don't know, here's the thing. On Batman vs. Superman's second week, it dropped by a 68%. How bad is that? On Batman and Robin's second week, it dropped by 63%. Yeah, more people went to see Batman and Robin more than Batman vs. Superman.
Is happening here. This Lex Luthor is a different interpretation than the one in the comics, because the one in the comics, well, let's face it, he's kind of outdated. We live in a world run by nerds, and if there's going to be a modernized version of Lex Luthor, he would be something more like Mark Zuckerberg than a real estate agent.
Okay, well, Math, I'll give you credit where credit is due when you pointed out how this version of Lex is more based off the one from Superman Birthright, and how you pointed out how movie Thanos is different from comic Thanos, but still. My major problem with Lex Luthor in this movie is that he's not intimidating at all. Lex Luthor is supposed to be intimidating. He's supposed to be like this evil businessman. Here with Lex Luthor in this movie, he acts like the Riddler and Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, and you just can't take this villain seriously. So, yeah. Also, another problem I have with Lex Luthor in this movie is that, here's the thing. Originally, they were going to have Bryan Cranston, yes, Walter White from Breaking Bad, as Lex Luthor. That would have been perfect casting. But no, Warner Brothers, you promised me Heisenberg, but you gave me Eisenberg.
Made any sense, but from what sense I could make, I think he was trying to say, why did Superman just leave the ship there, the Kryptonian ship in the middle of Metropolis? Well, I mean, it's broken. Who's gonna use it? The only people who are gonna use it are the people who are just gonna study it for technology reasons. So, honestly, who the hell cares?
Hey, even if it was broke, you are still aware that it has advanced alien tech and weaponry on the ship. Like how Luthor, somehow, someway, his DNA and Zod's DNA make Doomsday. Yeah, I'm literally confused. How on earth does Luthor and Zod's DNA equal the troll from Lord of the Rings?
Made no sense whatsoever. I mean, what was he trying to say? I think what he was trying to say is that he doesn't like Superman's character, but I think that's just only like part of it. So I think this guy needs to learn how to write a script so that he can word his words better.
MAFDOMINUS, this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst point you have made in this response. I am not even joking. Were you even paying attention to what I was saying? I was saying that why on earth is Superman not being put on trial for the events of Man of Steel? They literally opened the movie with what happened in the Battle of Metropolis. Heck, why don't I pull up the comments section real quick? Okay, so shoutouts to Flying Dream Productions for understanding what I was saying, because yeah, why make up this whole subplot about the whole desert thing when they already have a good enough reason to use for Superman being put on trial? It makes perfect sense. Man, MAFDOMINUS, did you even like watch the video?
Say, If Batman doesn't care about killing people, then why he doesn't kill the Joker? Well, have you noticed that Batman doesn't directly kill people? He more or less just kind of shoves them out of his way, like, okay, you're in my way, shove. I don't care if I end up killing you, shove. He never directly kills people.
Math, aren't you forgetting the part where throughout the entire movie, Batman is trying to directly kill Superman? Seriously, if he's perfectly fine with directly killing Superman, then why doesn't he go out of his way to kill the person who murdered his adopted son? And also, Batman does directly kill in the movie, like the guy who was holding the flamethrower, and also the guy who threw a crate at. So yeah, Batman does directly kill in the movie.
Because he wasn't in Antarctica, he was clearly back in Metropolis and just happened to stumble upon Lois Lane, being thrown off the roof by Lex Luthor. And number two, he doesn't have that well-developed super hearing. He doesn't get that type of super hearing until Justice League. So it's pretty clear to me that this is more or less of a nitpick. I mean, don't get me wrong, some nitpicks are good, but this nitpick is just bad.
Superman does have really good super hearing in the movie. Like, for example, when he was able to hone his skills in order to hear Alfred talk to Bruce Wayne, and also he's able to hear Lois drowning from miles away. So, yeah, this is a plot hole with the film. How was he able to hear Lois but not his mom? And also, Lois was drowning, so yeah.
World building? This is a cinematic universe after all, and plus, she did help take down Doomsday.
What I meant by Wonder Woman being pointless was that, here's the thing, she felt railroaded into the plot, like how Black Widow was in Iron Man 2. Like, for example, Wonder Woman would constantly show up throughout the plot and be like, hello, I'm still in this movie, don't you know? I'm Wonder Woman, I'm just here for no reason until the very end, so, hello.
Struggling to gain control over Doomsday. Number two, she would have died anyways. Number three, this was supposed to be Superman's sacrifice. You're basically saying, if the Avengers had the ability to time travel, why didn't they just time travel to the exact moment where Thanos has all 6 Infinity Stones, chop his arm off, bring him back, and then bring everybody back? Well, then we wouldn't have the plot of Avengers Endgame. Same thing can apply here. Why didn't anybody else try to sacrifice themselves? Because it was Superman's sacrifice. This is Superman's character arc. Superman was, moody. He kept questioning whether or not he should be Superman, but then he comes to a decision that this is his world, and so he sacrifices himself for it. He's being a noble hero. Seriously, what part of that is hard to understand? It's not stupid. In fact, it's actually very noble. Too bad he comes back to life in Justice League.
You know what? I am not going to waste my breath on Superman's death. So instead, I'm going to have Angry Joe explain the problem with Superman's death in Batman vs. Superman. Mr. Angry Joe, you have the floor.
That this might be the time that Superman doesn't make it back. But now I can't. How many comics were there before Superman died? I don't know. Hundreds, thousands. And how many movies did you make with him? Two. You killed him in 2 movies, and you barely even focused on him. You know what I want to see? I want to see you earn Superman's death. He deserves your time and respect.
That's the end of the video, folks. I mean, he does go into why he likes the movie, and even says that people just blindly hate the film like me. Even though that's not true, since if you actually watched my video, you would know that I brought up positives with Batman vs. Superman. So, yeah, overall, this video, I mean, I will give full credit. There were some good points in the video and some pretty bad points, so yeah, that's not much to say, really. So, overall, I hope you enjoyed this response video, and see you all later. Also thinks the trailer for Mandalorian looks bad.